Hello and welcome, Dirty William here, back with another episode of Dungeons & Dragons Online Let's Play. Look at all the wizards. Series 2, the Pale Master. Get that up so you can take a gander. As you can see, I have not yet capped level 4. This is what I have in my bio, so I can keep track of where, because I don't know, where the breaks are for this. So to basically be forced into level 5, I would have to have 112,000, and I'm at 85,000. So I'm just taking level 5 because I feel like it. I don't feel like really banking a bunch of XP. So let's advance to the next level. Let's see, we're going to go into our skills. Balance. Where are you at? Balance. Put a point into balance. We got concentration, repair, haggle, and spellcraft for our last one. Go to next. The feat we're going to choose is extend spell, and this just makes our buffs last longer, which is nice. And go to next. Now we get to pick out some spells. Level 3. Let's see if there are any. There are no rare arcane scrolls at level 3, so we don't have to worry about that. So we can pretty much pick anything we want to. Right now, the way I've been playing this is as more of a melee. So take that in consideration whenever you're picking out spells, at least for these lower levels. Acid Blast would be good to have, I think. Displacement is really good. And of course, Haste and Rage and all the things. So I think what I'm going to take is Displacement and Haste, just so I can kind of run around a little bit faster, attack mobs faster. We'll finish. Your pet is too far away to receive communications from you. Well, of course it is. So let's go to our enhancements. Hit Control R. And let's see. We're going to take Archmage right here. Improved Empowering 3. They're trying to play catch up. If you look at the build link, that will show you what the enhancements are at each level. And right now, I'm taking the enhancements for level 4, even though I've taken level 5. That's because you get your points as you level up in that level. So I'm just now taking the things that I would need for under the level 4. Let's see, and also intelligence. So that is good. And we still have 1 left over, and that is going to carry over into our next level. So we accept, and we close. Let's see, intelligence of 22. That's pretty much it. Now, one thing I wanted to do is just to show off how to do it. I looted this scroll of Command Undead. It says it's caster level 3. I think that is a 2nd level spell. I'm not certain. Let me try to run a little bit faster here. Here we go. So what I'm going to do is go over and grab Divine Reagents, Arcane Reagent Vendor. I'm going to buy level 2 Inscription. And I think this is the way it works. It's been a while since I've inscribed spells. To inscribe a spell, in other words, put it permanently in your spell list, what you do is you purchase the appropriate level of spell inscription materials, click on the scroll you want to inscribe to highlight it, and then this here, the Inscribe Wizard Scroll, you click on that. There we go, yeah. So it's inscribing this spell. So now, if we look at our spell list, we have Command Undead. So that's how you access new spells, at least for a wizard. So you can buy whatever scrolls you want and just inscribe as many as you want, which is pretty useful. If you're one of those people like me that is OCD and really wants all the spells that you can possibly handle, then you can do this. So now I don't really have any decent gear except for that Constitution belt. Let's see, my Constitution right now is 14. That'll put me at an odd level, but I don't really care because I want to be able to have a little bit better hit points. Because, again, this guy is going to be squishy. Excuse me, I had a cough. Everybody's at the bank. Everybody. Yeah, so we have this here, this Health 3 belt. So I'm going to take that. And what is our hit points at now? They are 75. So 5 more hit points, good. So we can sell off the rugged belt because we don't really need that. Still saving the goggles of the Magi for level 7. Level 7 on this build is where things will really come together and you stop meleeing things, because at level 7 you get Firewall, or Wall of Fire. That is a spell where you just straight up murder things. By that level, I will have, I think next level, as a matter of fact, I'll be spending the action points to get a free web, or a web SLA, which means it's going to cost less than a normal spell. And from that point on, you're pretty much just chucking down a web, grouping up enemies together, throwing down a web, throwing down a firewall, and watching them burn. That's pretty much it. Let's check on the guild stuff too, by the way. We are at the moment about 2,600 or so away from getting level 8 in our guild, and at level 8 we get a discount arcane reagent vendor. What that means is I can purchase all my spell components cheaper, which will be nice. The big thing is going to be the airship. Now, I won't have anything to put on the airship necessarily, however, I will at least be able to use the airship portal and go from place to place more easily, which will be nice. So, the gameplay footage for this episode is going to be Ringleader, the Kobold's new Ringleader on Elite. I'm debating on putting more of that in, more gameplay, or maybe doing a split screen and doing gameplay on one side and then the leveling order on the other, or the leveling process. I'm not certain how I'm going to do that. I wanted to try something different for this series. I'm not keeping track of the quests that I run this time, because if you have been following this series, you'll know that I did that during the first run on the Ranger. But right now, I think most people will know what they want to run, what quests they like or dislike, even though they're playing this completely different character, this caster character. They'll know some of the quests that they don't enjoy. So I'm not really keeping track of the quests that I do. And I'm also not really going for maximum favor or anything at the moment. The reason being, there's not really a reason to at the moment. Now, whenever I get Firewall, and I can just zerg through stuff and just throw down a firewall, that'll make it a lot faster. So right now, I'm not going to mess with that, even though it would be a little bit better XP. I'm going to go ahead and put these spells in. Chuck that on there, and a little party buff over here. Trying to keep it so that I have all of my buff spells here, my personal buffs, and then things that are mostly for parties over here. And as you can see, it says that I can't cast this because I need balls of bat guano and sulfur. So I need to go and pick those up. I think that is going to do it for this episode. Stay tuned for the Kobold's new Ringleader after this. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, this is Dirty William reminding you to do the dirty work.
hear a mechanism sliding open in the distance.
Not.